Hello. I just want to start this video out with a comment. And that comment is not one of my usual, I don't give a damn about you and your sexual preference, etc. It helps to have buddies and subscribers. Now, through YouTube, I want to say, and don't tell Dave I said this, fortunate enough to hook up with a friend who I now call my friend in Austria, Dave of Classic Car Cave. Like me, he's an old fart and he has a great deal of knowledge and experience and can often point out something to me that, despite my vast years, I didn't think about. And I too have done the same to him. I recently did help him fix one of his brake problems because of my vast experience. Also, my subscribers, and I believe this is probably true of Dave's as well, that other people's opinions are useful. Sometimes you look at them and go, no. Yes, of course I've thought of that. And then you double check it, of course. But there are no end to the amount of knowledge that's out there, and you don't have it all. I am working on my Mark II. I'm isolated. I'm by myself. I don't have any local friends. And that's kind of partially by choice, but also because I live in America and I'm working on English cars, and the number of people that have knowledge of English cars is limited, and particularly the Jaguar Mark II. So my knowledge is gained, accessed from people on the internet, on WhatsApp, on YouTube, etc. So don't be afraid, is what I'm saying, to join groups. I don't know where you join them. I don't do social media, so maybe there's some out there. I only do YouTube. But through my subscribers, who I am always grateful to, and thank you all for being there and clicking like, etc., it is appreciated. I do listen to what you say. I may not always agree with you, but I do listen, and I do know that you have knowledge that maybe I don't. Dave is a very good fabricator. I'm a half decent fabricator. Not good. I'm half decent. He's good. So I guess what I'm really trying to get to is, don't think you're alone when you're restoring a project. You're not. Get onto YouTube, type in whatever it is you're interested in. And if someone's there that has done something similar or working on the same car as you, then leave a message for them. If there's a way to contact them off of YouTube, do that. Find them on WhatsApp, wherever. On Facebook. I don't do Facebook, so I don't know. Facebook and Twitter and Instacunt and all that stuff. I don't do any of that, so I don't know what the accessibility is to people with knowledge out there. Join the relevant clubs is what I'd say. I'm a Jaguar enthusiast member and have been since the mid-80s. I did join the local Jaguar club here, but they were mainly based north of where I currently live, so it wasn't really of much use. But I still do have contacts. And that's the thing, contacts. They're very helpful. All right, just wanted to throw that out there for you guys. Do check out Dave's site, Classic Car Cave. You will find he has a lot of useful information on all sorts of shit. Also, I want to give a shout out to the garage for your Jaguar XK8 people. He's got a lot of useful shit as well. There are a number of sites channels that I look at. Text these people, speak to them. It may help you figure out why the fuck it won't start, or why it's making this wobbly noise, or whatever. Right, now, on with the video for more exciting Mark II stuff. Okay, pass one. So this is the first weld and first cleanup. Still a little bit on the hot side, but I've now managed to half close off this panel. I'm going to put a little bit more in there, clean up there and there and there, a couple of dobs there, and we'll be good. Then the next will be to get that plastic fiberglass shroud and place it, oops, sorry, just trying to get you in the right space, over the tunnel here. Chatting to my friend Dave earlier today, and he says to me, are they always plastic, Gary? I don't know about other Jaguar models, but this one in particular, this shroud that goes over here, was fiberglass. And I'm going to have to modify that, as you've seen in my previous videos. Then I'm thinking, okay, now I got to seal it. And I wanted to put a sealant here that wouldn't bond it in case it needed to be removed. But I've taken a second guess, and if you've got ideas, do come up with them. I'm thinking kind of a draft excluder type, in other words, something that's sticky on one side and just rubber on the other, or sponge, whatever you want to call it, so that when it goes down on there, it seals, but then it can be taken off easily. Now, I do, if I can get you in the right place, I do have to make a piece of metal to go here, which you know I'm heading towards. And on that piece of metal, I want to make sure that I can fit the shroud that's going to come around here and make a nice, neat job of it. This piece over here, metal-wise, I'm not sure yet, but I think I'm going to weld it in place. I'm not going to have it bolted. And I don't know why I want it bolted. I cannot think of a valid reason for having it bolted other than if you wanted to take the top off of here. But something you may not be aware of with this particular gearbox is you can undo 4 bolts and the transmission comes out without taking the engine out. So my thought is, I don't need to worry about that, because if you want to get in here, you could take the transmission out. Bit more of a faff, I guess. Do I really need to concern myself with that? Tricky woo, huh? I've also got to figure out the wiring here. This is for the reverse light switch. Now, I don't know, and I'll have to look at the diagram, whether it is just a grounding switch. In other words, when you put it into reverse, it sends a ground signal to the reverse light, or whether it sends power to the reverse light, which is already grounded. I'll have to look into that before I start wiring. The wires are underneath the bonnet by the heater box, and all color-coded. The next thing I wanted to do wiring-wise, and I'm just throwing this out there, guys, because hopefully you're finding it interesting, is that when I put the choke on, the overdrive switch lights up. At the moment, it just actuates the choke solenoid, and I'm thinking maybe if I can, I should make it light up the overdrive light. Got to look into that. Right. That's all. This is a very short video. I didn't get a chance to do much today. Old fart excuses. I'm sorry. I had a terrible night. Didn't get much sleep, so Ended up being in bed till around 12:30 today, which is disgraceful. That's not something I normally do, but hey, being retired, I can do it. So tomorrow will be a mammoth job after I've been to the shoe store with the wife. Tomorrow will be finish this welding. Sorry. Come on, line up, Gary. There you go. Finish this welding. Finish this dressing. Modify the plastic fiberglass cowl that goes here. Once that's done, then I can decide on the metal I need to put here. Wow. Jesus Christ. Oh, and I'm sure I have mentioned this before, but I'm gonna fucking mention it now because I've just remembered it. Oh, excuse me a second. I'm thinking, you know, the next jobs after I've done the transmission tunnel. What do I do next? Sorry, you're seeing me. You don't want to see me. You want to see the car. There we go. Oh, hang on. What's going on here? Let me see if I can zoom out. One day I'll learn how to operate this camera. Oh, okay. All right. So, what I was going to say before I was so rudely interrupted by myself and my camera is that I want to think what's next. I'm trying to plan ahead. My next thought is, okay, I know I can build the material, or even the interior, but that doesn't stop me working on the car. I'm trying to get my ducks in a row on the car. I think my first item to do once I've got the transmission tunnel sorted out is to make sure I can get the air conditioning where I want it. And that's another mammoth task. I want to try and put it in the centre. I may not be able to. I may have to put it in the passenger footwell. That is something for the future video. But ignoring that for the moment, if you can, sorry, I'm pressing buttons. I think my next plan after the air conditioning is sorted is to put the headlining in. Once the headlining's in, I can then do the Furflex and the front and rear screens. Once that's done, I can then do the interior wood. Once the interior wood is done, I can then do the door seals. Wow. Guys, there's a lot to fucking do. All thoughts, ideas, gratefully received, may be ignored, but nice to know. Oh. Fucking hell's bells. Hey guys. Christ. And it's still a little toasty here in Arizona. 115 degrees today. Yeah. All right. Sorry this video is more prattling than actual work. I'll try and give you something a little more interesting tomorrow. But it's all got to be done. It's all worth talking about. So get out in that garage. Go do some shit.